28 touchdowns from scrimmage last season, the most added by any defending Super Bowl champion in the last 15 years. They also lost over half of their touchdowns, though, between LeGarrette Blount, who had, 18 rushing touchdowns last year, and Martellus Bennett, the tight end, who's now in Green Bay. For more on this, we bring in ESPN insider Dan Graziano. Dan, I hear you have some sort of scientific formula that shows just how great this offseason has been for the defending Super Bowl champs.
Well, I don't know how scientific it is, Trey, but we have heard a lot about how great this offseason has been for the Patriots. So we wanted to get underneath it a little bit. We talked to our good friends at ESPN Stats and Information, came up with a way to judge it. Is this the best offseason any Super Bowl champion has had in the salary cap era? That's 24 teams, goes back to the triplets Dallas Cowboys in 1993. And we are going to use, I don't know if it's science, but we're going to use process of elimination. If you lost a key player to retirement after winning the Super Bowl, you are off this list. That goes for the 2015 Denver Broncos, who watched Peyton Manning walk out the door. The 2012 Baltimore Ravens, who lost Ray Lewis. And the 2007 Giants, after beating the undefeated Patriots, saying goodbye to Michael Strahan. Of course, no one's seen him since. We have no idea where he is. The 2016 Patriots are not on this list because so far Tom Brady's wife has not convinced him to hang it up yet. He's coming back to play quarterback in 2017, so we'll scratch those other 7 teams off the list. Keep the Patriots. If you lost a major coaching figure, you're off this list. The 04 Patriots are on this list a lot, lost both coordinators. The 99 Rams said goodbye to Dick Vermeil. You get the picture. The Patriots not only bringing back Bill Belichick, but also retaining coordinators Matt Patricia and Josh McDaniels, who had been rumored head coach candidates. So we'll cross a few more teams off, but you see the Patriots 2016 still hanging tough. Some of these teams lost major players to free agency. Yes, we're looking at you, 2014 Patriots with Darrelle Revis. And you, the 1994 San Francisco 49ers with Deion Sanders. Yes, this year's Patriots lost Martellus Bennett, Logan Ryan, LeGarrette Blount, but they didn't really try to keep those guys anyway. And as we'll get to in a second, they had plans to replace them. So we cross off the teams that lost those big free agents. We stick with the 16 Patriots. Next on the list, teams that didn't really do much to help themselves in free agency after winning the Super Bowl. Never good for a champion to rest on its laurels, and while the 2013 Seahawks got awfully close to repeating, they did not. The 11 Giants, you see, the 2010 Packers didn't do anything in free agency. This year's Patriots did. They brought in Stephon Gilmore from inside the division. They spent the second most money in free agency behind Jacksonville at $69 million guaranteed, adding guys like Mike Gillislee, Rex Burhead, re-signing Dante Hightower, and of course, as we mentioned, Gilmore. But free agency isn't the only way to improve your team in the offseason. You also could trade, and you look at teams like the 2001 Patriots, the 08 Steelers, the 09 Saints didn't add anybody really via trade or free agency. This year's Patriots very busy on the trade market, adding guys like Coney Ealy, Dwayne Allen, Brandon Cooks from the Saints. So we're down to just 4 teams now. And how do we cross off 3 more? Teams often get derailed at some point during the offseason by a surprise injury or off-field incident. The 05 Steelers, quarterback Ben Roethlisberger had a serious motorcycle accident that affected his season. The 2000 Ravens lost Jamal Lewis to a torn ACL in training camp, and the 95 Cowboys dealt with a 5-game suspension for superstar wide receiver Michael Irvin. So those 3 teams are gone. Who's left? Yes, the 2016 New England Patriots. Obviously, we can't predict how the rest of their offseason is going to go. It could have an injury or some kind of off-field incident, but so far, so good, and that's why at this point we can say that this year's Patriots have had the best offseason of any defending Super Bowl champion in the salary cap era. Trey, how's that for science?
Dan, that was quite something. There was a lot of graphics.